Assalamu Alaikum. I'm Badr. Today we are going to discuss about the main difference between linear and quadratic equation. So basic difference in linear and quadratic linear equation is basically an equation whose variable highest power is 1. Equations you have seen many equations that can be quadratic, linear, polynomial. So in equation, when the variable power is 1, highest power in order form, we say that is linear equation. It is also known as 1-degree equation. Standard form of the linear equation is ax plus by equals to 0. So here a is a coefficient. A is coefficient. It can be any number. You have seen the equation. We will see also the example of this standard form of a linear equation. So you will see that there is not mentioned a and b, but instead of a and b there is written some numbers. So it's coefficient. It can be any number. There x is variable, and you can see that on the top of the x, variable x, there is no number mentioned. It means that its power is 1. After that, if you look after add sign, there is b. B is also coefficient here. Y is variable. You can see that on the top of there is no number mentioned. So basically y is base, x is base, and its power is 1 here. So we say that's a linear equation. That's the main thing about the linear equation. And whenever we are going to make the graph of linear equation, so that will be always straight line graphs. If I draw a line from it, so you can see that this is a straight line graph. This is the x-axis and this is y-axis. This is the just main information about the linear equation. How the linear equation is different from the quadratic equation. So in quadratic equation, if you look at the word quad means basically 2. Quad means 2. So quad means 2 basically. So it's mean that quadratic equation is that equation whose variable highest power is, there's an equation mentioned, there are variables, but if you look at the highest power of the base of variable, you will see that's 2. So that this is also known as 2-degree equation. So standard form of the quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. Here same thing as we have seen in the linear equation. A is non-zero constant. It can be any number. It's a coefficient. So b is also constant. That's coefficient, can be any number. So you can see here the x power is 2 now. It's mentioned here the power. After that, if you look at the b, the x, it has no power mentioned. So we already know that its power is 1. After that, c, just a constant term. So that's mean c is constant here. Here's no variable mentioned. We know that whenever, so it's decreasing. First the x power is 2, then x power is 1, and then x power is 0. So x power is 0, and in indices, we have studied this rule that when any number, any variable that's power is 0, that always equals to 1. That's why we don't mention standard form of the quadratic equation. The third term doesn't contain any variable. That is just a constant. It can be any number. You can say constant number with no variable. Okay. And so as like we look at the word quad means 2, so variable highest power is 2. When we are making the graph of it, so it will be the sad face and smiley face. Sad face and smiley face. Graph look like sad face and smiley face. How? As like in linear equation, the graphs are straight line graphs. In quadratic equation, the graph would look like, let's make it curve shape. Sorry. Okay. So it's look like the curve shape. Open up and open down. Open up. Sad face. This is due to the value of a, and how this is the main information about how the quadratic graph look like. Concave up and concave down, because power is 2, that's why it's bended. So it's curve shape, and straight linear equation power is highest power is 1, that's why it's a straight line graph. So that's it about the main difference in linear and quadratic equations. I hope if you like it, so then subscribe my channel, and in next video we're going to discuss in more detail about quadratic equation and how to solve it. So thank you guys, take care, goodbye.